Okay.
And then, yeah, I'll tell you how many suggestions we have and then just pick a number.
Okay.
And then we just kind of go for like, I'll look for an out at like about 10 minutes into this wherever we are.
Okay.
Uh, and however you want to play it too, like a lot of them have been one suggestion, like real time, or you can bounce around from different characters or scenes. However you want to play it is cool with me.
All right. I'm okay. Get ready.
Love it. Let's see. We've got one. Let me see how many suggestions we have. One, two. Okay. And if it freezes, it just freezes.
That's a mindset. We're just gonna go ahead and let it be what
It-
it is.
right?
Do
Pick a
it together.
number 1 to 50.
1 to 50. I already look. Is that cheating? Because I saw some of them.
No, it's not cheating at all. You pick whatever you want to pick.
I'm not looking now. I'll say 33.
All right, so 50, 49, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 40. They're 9, 8, 7, 6,
I
5.
didn't realize you didn't have them numbered already.
No, that's the fun part is like watching me count down here. Okay, so here's our suggestion is a comment on another suggestion.
Okay.
And it is, how did you solve the problem? Did you find a silver bullet?
That was Aree made the comment about werewolves and the hot dog. I told you I saw some. Okay, yep.
All right.
Say it one more time.
Our suggestion is, how did you solve the problem? Did you find a silver bullet?
All right.
That's our suggestion. Thanks, Aree.
Alrighty. I expected you to be out in the field. Is there something else you need?
I came back. I was out in the field and I came back. I felt like I forgot something. And then I got here and I can't remember what I forgot, but I'm pretty sure I forgot something. I can wait outside and then come back in.
No, you're fine. We've talked about this. If you're going to be an assassin, I need you to be a little bit more responsible with.
Totally. I'm very excited. First off, I'm very excited. And when I get excited, I try to calm myself down, but I tend to forget some things. So if I could just go through the checklist and you just, if I'm missing anything, just let me know, okay?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt you to write these down for yourself, okay?
Terry, you're spot on with that. I've been using my iPhone, but then I'm keeping a record of it, and I shouldn't keep a record of it. It goes back, my family, we've had bad memories the whole time, so I don't want to burden you with that. But let me just go over what I've got, and then if I'm missing anything, you don't even have to tell me. You could just tell me I'm missing something. You don't have to say what it is. But first off, very excited to get this opportunity. So thank you.
You're and with the history of your father, you would have thought that I would have learned a lesson, but I'm here to give opportunity. Everyone has the capability. Yes, so come on, read the list to me.
Chip off the old block, right? Wouldn't you say that I'm a chip off, like I'm a spitting image of my dad?
You know, I want to say your father was a lovely man. Your father, God rest his soul. I really miss him. But the vampire insurgency
Yeah, yeah,
of 1976.
yeah.
You know, you be proud of your father for being a good-hearted person, but that was his fault. It was his fault.
Yeah, I mean, not many people look at the bright side of that insurgency, so thank you first off.
Sweet man.
Yeah. I mean, geez, he gets on one opportunity and he causes that and then he dies. I mean, it might be a little poetic if the same thing happens to me today. It might be.
I mean, just know that he let out an entire cave of bats that ended up being vampires and destroyed all of LA. Do you know what it took to wipe that from the? Okay, no, not your fault. That's why
Still
I'm mad.
there. It's still there. I mean, it's still people still we're trying to erase it from the memories, but it's pretty prevalent. And you know what today, Terry? You know what today is? It's the anniversary.
I for you to remind me. Yes, but you're going to do great. I want you to know none of that. I know I brought that up. That's my anxiety. I took a Xanax about 5 minutes. It's going to kick in.
Okay,
Don't
okay,
worry about that. I have faith. I have faith. You're going to do great. Now,
okay.
now tell me what you have in your pack. In your
Okay. Well, I've got a Colt 45, a handgun.
oh, glad you cleared that up because we've had that mistake before. The malt liquor. Okay, go ahead.
I also do have Colt 45, but that's more just for me. But that
Refreshing. It's refreshing. I don't know why more people don't drink it. Okay.
I have a colt, a horse, an actual young horse as well that I'm taking out. So I wanted to hit the colt trifecta, so I've got those three.
That's perfect because you do need bait. Sometimes you need bait. That's a good
Yep.
thing. A little large for bait. A rabbit would have done, but a colt. Okay, that's perfect. Okay.
Um, I have one silver bullet. So
We gave you boxes and boxes of silver bullets, and you're choosing to go with one.
yeah, I thought, it's going to be that cinematic opportunity of like that one shot. And it was way in the, to be honest, Terry, it was way in the bag down a lot. So I have a L4, L5 disc degeneration. It's hereditary. So it was hurting my back. So I just put one in as well.
You know, I didn't say anything about the orthopedic shoes because I know comfort and not slipping is important. So I
Right.
understood that. But I've seen shooting. I've seen you shoot.
Not my strength. I'll be honest. Not in fact, not really good.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay.
I also have a silver, it's a Coors Light I put in. So I have a silver bullet as well to one silver bullet. I actually have a 6-pack of Coors Light in there. Pretty, got to calm my nerves.
Uh, so you understand with the weighting down of your pack, perhaps the 6 pack of. Oh, I keep cutting you off. Come on, let me
Oh
hear the.
yeah. So I've got that. I've got The Art of Motorcycle Maintenance is a book I'm reading. I cannot put it down, so that's in my pack as well. It's really helpful. I'm not a motorcycle guy. That's not really my thing, but this is really something that speaks to me. I'm trying to like improve myself. Ever since I hit 30, I'm like, what is this life for? So I've got that in my sack as well.
You know what? Grace be to God. I pray you are safe and check back in. I'm gonna go to lunch now and
So
take a.
there's nothing I'm missing.
You know what? At this point, baby, doesn't matter. It doesn't. You've written your own destiny. Okay, so
Well, I've
just
got, there's someone knocking at the door. I think I'm going to let him in. I think I should just let him in to see. I'm going to see what it is.
what's the rule about opening door? No,
Ow, ow, oh,
no.
ow.
What? I cannot help you if you don't look. You gotta. Jesus Christ.
Oh God. Oh God.
Just play dead. Play dead. Lay down.
Get, get off me. Oh, oh, oh,
Oh God. Oh,
oh God.
I'm administration. You've been bad.
Ah,
You're bleeding profusely.
ah, ah. Oh God. Ah. Okay. I need to file an accident report, Terry.
We literally have 2 minutes because now I have to kill you. I don't want to. You put me in this position. I like you. You're a nice kid. Oh God.
I got one bullet. You can. Oh. I. There.
You're okay? Just tie it off for a moment. I'll fill out the form and then I'm gonna stake your heart, okay? Now, what was it at the door again? I didn't get a good look at it. I'm glad they ran away.
It was a werewolf. It was a
What's
werewolf. It was a werewolf. It was hungry. It was.
You know, honestly, I would have jumped over there and helped you. I couldn't get a good sight of what it was. I didn't know what I needed. I don't want you to think that I don't care about werewolf. And can you tell me about how tall it was?
Yeah, it was 5'10".
Oh, a tall one.
It was a
Okay.
tall one. It was actually my neighbor Barry. I called him. I wanted to get a ride. And so it was actually somebody I knew. It looks like he's coming in. Barry, come on in, buddy. This is my, no, just break the door down. Just, yeah, break the door down. Hey, Terry, listen, I'm not feeling so good.
Yeah, no. No. I gotta, at some point, I'm gonna have to stake you. Let me get the rest of this information out, okay? Okay? Just hang it. Bear with me. No, come on. 5'10". What are you feeling now? Are you feeling cold surges through your veins? Because I don't have time. Oh, your face. Oh, Jesus.
Hi, what's happening? I feel good. I feel better. I had a cold earlier, but I'm feeling. Hey, can I? I think I want to get some lunch. You up for some lunch?
Yeah. So, I said you were a good kid, right?
Yeah.
I want you to know that what happens next is not personal, okay? It's just
Sounds good.
Lean in.
We're having steak.
Ah!
Scene.
Okay, where's the on?
Yeah.
I couldn't figure in my head how to be the guy coming in the door. I was like, ooh, be that guy.
Oh my God. That was that was so fun and silly.
Well, I got I'm gonna send in the form, okay?
Isn't it the best to like make the wrong choices in scenes to be like, I'm gonna open the door. It's like, don't open the door.
Don't do it. Bad horror movies. I won't watch them. I'm so stressed out.
Oh, I get very scared very easily.
I get very angry very easily. I'm irritated by all the poor choices. I mean, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. You just gotta, have more common sense. I don't know.
Oh my God, there's a video, a series on YouTube that's called Pitch Meeting. And it's like it's one guy and he plays the writer and like the producer.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll talk about movies and they'll explore those plot holes. And he'll be like, so they answer the door, even though that they know that they're going to die. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sounds good. Like it works. It's like,
There's a whole industry that was made for that population of people.
Oh my God. What's your favorite genre of movie? Like, are you a comedy? Like, I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Like with improvisers, it's like comedy. I don't know if it's my favorite genre, although it makes sense that it is, but I don't know if it is.
I have moments. I think it's what I'm in the mood for. A lot of my stuff is I watch stuff that makes me feel artsy, and I don't know what that genre is. The bougie one, the one that makes me think I'm better than other people. That stuff. I like a lot of the Sundance or the
like indie stuff.
The indie, yeah. I used to work at Blockbuster, and I would watch all the movies when they came out. And my big one was it wasn't Sundance. What's that other company that would do a lot of independent films?
Well, there's Fox Searchlight used to do a bunch of it, or Focus, or Oh no, hold on. I'm gonna look it up right now.
My brain working, but I would every time I saw something by them, I'm like, "Ooh, I'm gonna watch it. Ooh, it's Memento. Look at me, I'm so deep."
Miramax?
No, it starts with the I. I think it starts with the independent
Well, like
movie.
the Independent Film Channel, they IFC used to.
IFC. It's
Yeah.
IFC. It's IFC. Whenever I saw something by IFC, I just knew I was doing it. So, you know, you know.
um, what
What's
got
your
you? What? Wait, what's that?
What's your favorite genre?
Honestly, underdog sports movies. I know.
That was a genre.
Oh my God, it is we're up anything that's like we're up against something. We have to come together as a team. Anything that's that, even though it's very formulaic and it's not the story isn't very different from each of the movies. The fact of watching people come up from adversity to overtake something or to win at something, it just, even though I know what's going to happen, it's something in me that's like, oh, I'll watch anything that's an underdog sports or underdog.
Bears, like the Bad News Bears, or is
Loved it.
that?
Yeah. And I loved it too. I love the Bad News Bears because, and if you haven't seen this, spoiler alert, because they lost at the end.
The fuck, okay?
But they, I
That
mean,
off.
it's only been 30 years, but the fact that it's like, I guess I like seeing a group of people come together for
Yeah.
whatever it is that like to try to achieve something or at least go through that journey. I'm a big fan of that. So, but I'm with you.
I've never seen a Field of Dreams, and yet I've quoted the "Build It and They Will Come" at least 3 times this week.
Well, there are some really good catchphrases that make you say, this is the thing. Now I know enough, you know enough of the reference to know where it's from, but you've never seen the film.
I bet you in 20 years, I will gaslight myself into believing I saw it. That's what I know about it. Because stuff will happen, and I'll watch something like, oh, I'll watch this again, and I know for by the time I'm done, I was like, that's not what I thought it was.
Oh,
Never seen it before, so
I watched, we were talking before, I got the second shot of the vaccine. And so I just have been in bed and I've been like watching films and I'm like, I'll watch this film again. And I watched 4 films that I'm like, I'm sure I've watched these movies before. I know I have. And I don't remember. I remember like 1 or 2 things from the film. I don't remember how it turned out. Like it was very surreal. I'm like, I swear to God, I've watched these movies. And each time it was like, nope, I don't remember anything about these films.
that's how I do after. Like I'll wait. I think 2 years is a good amount of time for me to forget.
Uh,
And if I really like a show, it's like I'm because I really like the show Godless, and I'm the series, the short series Godless, and I went in to go watch it again, and I was like, not yet. I know. I mean, I know too much. I want to
fresh.
enough for it to be because I don't like watching movies. That's one thing. Like a lot of people are really into like quoting movies or knowing, and I can't. After one watch, the only movie I used to do that with was when I was younger. I used to love Juice. I would watch that over and over again. And what's the other one I used to watch? Harlem Nights. That's the one I would watch. That's the only one I could really get into a conversation and quote stuff with. So yeah, but everything else.
Bo, do you think working at Blockbuster had anything to do with the fact that you didn't want to watch movies over and over again? Or
I just didn't have to. I mean, I had any movie on earth that I wanted, but it also bores me. Like after a while, it'll bore me unless I'm studying something. Like unless I'm going back to watch for a technical or for
gotcha.
yeah. But other than that, I'm just like, oh well, we know what happens.
I I dated someone once who was like, "You're not one of those people that quotes movies constantly, are you?" And I'm like, "I don't think so. I don't. And if I am, let me know." And then that person constantly quoted movies all the
Well,
time. It drove
fair.
me.
They wanted to make sure that that was their thing in the relationship.
I was just like, after a while, I'm just like, no, no, I get it. And I kept thinking it was bad, but I kept thinking, well, that other person does it better than you're doing it. They're
But you know what it is that I think sometimes there must be a certain way of, because I meet a lot of people who quote, who are able to quote, name who it is, that it's a, and I'm just like, I know a lot about a lot of stuff, but my brain doesn't hold on to that kind of information. It's not that it's not interesting to me. It's like, oh, I can find it out if I need it, kind of thing. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna work on knowing name. I always say this. I always proclaim this, and I never do it. So it's just, yeah, one
Well,
day.
now you have to, because as we all know, anything on the internet is true. So you
Right.
have to do it now.
Next time y'all see me, I'll have like flashcards of, ooh, that was Silent Bob. Ooh, that was like, I'm gonna know everything at some point. But I did know how to have conversations about a lot of movies because I was watching so many
Right.
movies. I would know movies that a lot of people maybe wouldn't have. So maybe that's my in. I don't know.
For those of you watching that are like Blockbuster, there used to be a store that you could go in and get VHS or beta tapes.
Hmm.
And for a while, I remember when video stores first came out, I would go rent the same one over and over again because the selections in the beginning were limited. Then Blockbuster came along and it was like you could have all of these videos that you'd never heard of before. And so you used to go in, you would give your phone number, your ID, and you would take these cassettes out, and then you would get charged if
Hmm.
you didn't rewind them all the way back to the beginning, because they're like, just fucking rewind the tapes, yo. Just do that.
When it would come in, you'd have to open. The job was in the morning. You'd open, if you had the morning shift, you'd open the thing and you'd have to look at the thing. And if not, there was a machine that you had to, and it took for real like a VCR. So like you'd sit there for like
Yep.
3 minutes rewinding shit. So I see why they did it. It seems petty. It does seem petty though.
Well,
So
but you know, there are people sitting around going, how can we make more money? Basically, it's like, well, if we same with like I remember I worked at a bank and they when ATMs first were installed everywhere, and then they're like, hey, if we charge people, we can make a lot. And then they started charging people to use the ATMs. And it was like, there
that's
are
the
people sitting there going, how do we make money from what we haven't made money in a while? How do we make money? What can we do? And I think that's where those fees come in.
yeah. Don't get me started on banks.
I needed.
I got into a fight with when I was pregnant with my youngest one. I was sick and I wouldn't go out the house and I had an account, and apparently over that time they started where they would take money if you don't use your checking account. Now we're going to charge you. And I came back in and I was at a deficit. I was like, where's my money? And me and the bank manager got into a fight because I was just like, and y'all take our money, and because they do, we're literally giving you our money to invest in,
To
and you don't
use.
get a cut. We
Yes.
don't get a cut.
You're taking my money to make money. And then don't, the other thing is, it takes you so long to put money into my account, but you can take it out instantly. So don't get, it's a computer system. So don't tell me you're holding on the money because you have to. It's like, no, you're doing it to make money.
Hey, let me tell you, it's as insane as I lend you $10, and then you go and make $100 off of it,
Yes.
and then charge me $25 to get my money back from you. The hell is that? What kind of? It's brilliant.
It sounds like a great idea. I want to get on board. I want to be on that side.
It's
What
brilliant.
what got you, like, how did you start with improv? What brought you in to take your first class or do your first show?
What brought me in? So I always was in theater. And then I had stayed home with the kiddos, and my youngest was about maybe a couple like 8 or 9 months, and I was like, "Oh, I need to get out the house.
Yeah.
I need to do something." Um, and so I signed up for a class at Big, and I took a 101 class, and I
In
took a
Baltimore.
too. And then my husband's like, "How much are the classes?" And I was like, "Oh, I'll just go ahead and audition." And then I auditioned and got in. So
And you also teach.
I do. I teach. I do workshops. I do a lot of workshops, and I teach. Yep.
Did you, when you first set out, do you find that you're a teacher by heart? Like, has that always interested you, or did it come out when you started performing?
I think it evolved.
Mhm.
Honestly, it evolved knowing that representation was important, and I wasn't seeing any Black women who were teachers. And knowing that that connection probably would have made me want to stay in classes. Because I'm joking, like if I really wanted to take more classes, I would have. But it was who I was. I wasn't interested in really in by who I was. I wasn't connecting
Yeah.
connecting. So that evolution came once I realized that we need Black women teachers. So, but I never taught at the theater. It started. It evolved with me doing workshops when we travel to festivals or that kind of thing.
I mean, I feel like connection is the number one thing for improv. And if you don't see yourself represented up on stage,
Mhm.
it feels like audiences will go once and say, okay, that's interesting, but it's
Mhm.
not something that I feel like I'm included in this situation.
Right. Or it's interesting to see how many people stuck with it because they saw a glimpse of it.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And it was such a because it is such a it's a drug. It's a people are hungry for connection. So if they saw it just a little, whatever it is, even if they don't get it, it's like chasing that high of getting that connection again. So yeah, I just wanted to be a drug dealer, is what I'm saying. It's always been
Finally,
once
finally.
I make it in there, I'm out of improv. I just gotta get it together.
Well, I mean, and do you feel like well, we talked a little bit about the virtual situation versus in person, and in a
Mhm.
way, the blessing has been that a lot of the gatekeepers, it's not just their decision anymore, and so people can search out and learn and play with people that it was just not economically feasible before, and now it is. You can just connect with someone, you can reach out to them. You and I, like, as a matter of fact, you and I reached out to you. We didn't know each other, but you were like, yeah, let's play together. So that, unless we were in the same city, and then we have to get a theater and all that. Now it's like, no, you can reach out to people who you find a connection with and say, hey, would you like to play? Or can I learn from you? And it's so much easier now.
Yep, I'm taking a class in at Hoopla in England.
Yes.
And I'm really glad that I read the email because I thought my class was at 7 and something in my brain was like, check it again. It's 7 in London. And I had to do the math because I really was going to show up.
It's 7 Baltimore.
Yeah, that's been and I've been really working on my time zone
Yeah.
because I'll talk to someone and I'll be like, oh shit, I forgot that it's not just Cali and East Coast. Like there's mountain time. And so that's been another learning moment during this time.
And the daylight savings messes everything up because daylight savings in Europe is like 2 weeks after daylight savings here in the States. And so you're like, I coach a team where one of the people is from Arizona where there's no daylight savings. So you're
What?
like, yeah, there's a part of Arizona, and there's a part in Arizona where half the city is daylight savings, the other half isn't. There's parts of Indiana, and so you're dealing with, all right, are you daylight savings in the States? Are you in, so there's a funky period twice a year where there's a 2 week between Europe and America, especially, that it's like daylight savings is all out of whack. So it's constantly checking those conversions. Yeah.
Why? The point is, why is this Look, I'm gonna start making my child get out there and go farming. Like, if that's what it is, I want to see all the people who make us do it farm. Look,
Isn't
she's
that what it is?
no.
I mean, I think that's what it was, right? Wasn't it a farming thing?
Yeah, it started out like you needed the kids out in the field. I don't know. It makes no sense now. And I really do think that it lends itself to a lot of mental health issues, like because you have anxiety now. A lot of people aren't getting the same kind of, for some, everyone's sleep is off. Like it just throws off everyone's sleep. It's just weird. It's no point.
There's no point in it. It's like, just abolish that. For some reason, it is still here. And it just, yeah. What we don't need is more anxiety.
I feel like there's a list, like electoral college was on there.
Yes.
Like it was all of these like interesting. Now, what if we like? I feel like there's so many. We
Oh,
don't ask why either. Like how many? I've never until recent. I don't even remember people asking why this is happening. We just did it. We
yeah.
just.
You know why? Somebody with confidence goes, we should do this. And then people go, okay.
You've got your Tom's got his life together. I think we.
And Tom's like, yep, I do. Please don't open any of my closets because there's a ton of skeletons. I'm just hiding them all from you. But yep.
In the house doing what's the name of that green liquor over top of the seeing fairies and stuff over top of the sugar cube?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. He's got.
That's what he's doing up in the attic. Don't follow Tom. Don't do it.
No. What are you talking about? But it's Tom. Yeah, Tom.
I got it. Absinthe. That's what it's called. Damn.
Yeah, yeah. Like Freud drank. I mean, it can drive you crazy.
A little bit. A little. It'll get you waking up an hour earlier for no reason.
Hey, I tell my friends, man, speaking about waking up early, when you have a kid, your thought is like, man, I had a lot of free time. And then if you have a second kid, you're like, man, with one kid, I had a lot of free time. So if right, as soon as you start having kids, you're like, man, you get up earlier. It's not even that you want to, you get up earlier. My time management improved exponentially because I only had a certain amount of time to do stuff. So like there was you can't, that child takes precedence. So if they're up and doing stuff, you got to be with them. So
Oh, because they're gonna burn your house down. It's not even out of a loving, altruistic. It's a safety measure. You don't want to die in bed. I mean, it's how
it's
many kids
true.
you
I've got two,
got?
and it's true. It's like they're very curious, and that curiosity knows no boundaries. So they'll go, hey, that clicking sound on the stove sounds fun. Let's click that stove on. Hey, this thing, I just adopted we talked about this too. I just adopted a dog, and she's 9 months. And it's the same thing as a kid where it's like, you spend most of your time with a little toddler saying these things, get that out of your mouth, get that out of your mouth. Don't put that in your mouth. They just love to do that. Get it out of your, it's like, turn that off, and you find you're saying no at some, but it's a
Mhm.
safety thing. It's like, I don't want you to destroy things.
How about this? Peace, like peace and quiet should be like, peace.
Nope.
If it's quiet, it's like I know something horrific is happening.
Yep.
I know something horrible, like something that will make like because I
100%.
say, mhm,
100%.
yeah,
100%. Something, when it's quiet, something bad's happening.
I get that clench in my chest like Sanford and Son. Like I swear to God, like every morning I'm like,
I'm telling
there it is. Like, ooh, I get it now. I come to find out the red fox just had severe panic attacks. That's what I feel every morning.
it's true. I mean, it is true. And you're just like, I know something's bad. It's
Yeah.
not, there's something, and it's like, what am I going to walk into?
Hmm.
What
You
am
have
I?
to self, yeah. There are a lot of things with my second one. So my two are 11 years apart. And
And
my
you've got two.
I've got two. I've got two daughters, two sweet girls, and so one's a young woman now, but my baby girl gets away with a lot that
Of
my old
course.
get away with. I mean, but it's like it's sort of like I've given up, and I also learned to pick my battles.
Yes.
Whew, my
That's
chest
good.
is tight right now.
But it is true. You try to explain, you got to pick your battles,
Mhm.
and you
You
learn that.
can't get it all in, and I think a lot of times I look like I'm calm, like people are like, oh, you're so patient, but it's really like I've gone to another place in my head, like I've just gone off somewhere. I'm not even there.
I'm laughing out of recognition. It's like,
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah, baby, go ahead and do that thing you're doing.
I
Just
tell them, I feel like I'm a consultant at times. I'm like, well, you're gonna fall and hurt yourself.
mhm,
And remember that other time you fell off the couch and hurt yourself? This is a little bit higher. So there's a
mhm,
chance you'll fall and hurt yourself on that as well. So I feel like there are times where I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna fight with you about this. Here's the situation. And then your
mm-mm.
choice.
But you know what I find is my oldest one didn't have as many adventures as I did. So I find myself also doing the weird thing of, baby, you gotta go out there and do some more wild shit because when you're 80, what are you going like? So she's more square than I was, and this one is woo, it's two extremes.
And your youngest one already signed a lease for an apartment.
Good, but the flip side is they getting that credit up. So that's good
I
for
mean,
them.
come on.
Right.
Where can people, if they want to connect with you, like check out some of the shows you're doing, or like work with you, get you on board as a coach or teacher? Like, what's the best way they could do that?
They can message me on Facebook. I think I'm Blue Cavell or shit, I don't
Yeah,
know. I think it's Blue Cavell-Allette
yeah.
on Facebook. But you can reach out. I add you. I mean, I'm gonna look at your pictures and judge you first, and then I'm
As,
gonna
as you should.
then I'm gonna add you. You can reach me Tastemakers Fridays, first Fridays at Highwire. I produced a 2 hour block of shows with Tastemakers. Cakewalk is in there. And we have the newlywed game, which is a lot of fun.
Oh
And it's
my.
not newlyweds, it's like people who've been together. I mean, it's arranged, but usually like really long time.
Oh
I'm
my.
like, was the hell? Like, but it's like it's a really fun show. And Ty and Tashika are the host of that, Ty Coleman. And what else do we have going on? I know, oh, I have workshops. See, I've got to now this is something I have to work on. I have workshops I have a drip in with Michelle this weekend
At
and
Improv MKE.
Improv MKE, and I have a workshop with Bird City, where we play with characters, and I have a class that I'm doing with someone with the Gestalt therapy. So
Wow.
that will be interesting. But all that information will be on my page, so if they want to check in.
Well, I'm
I'm
gonna put it.
gonna make it concise. Next time I do one of these, I'm gonna write it all down so I can have my facts and all.
We artists, us artists hate that part, right? We just don't like the promote. Yeah, it's very hard for us to, and it's so important, but we're also just like, I'm doing this thing, and it's not in our nature to try to feel like because we feel like we're selling something and we forget, no, we're offering something that a lot of people find useful.
I feel like in my head, a lot of people feel like when someone called you out the blue because they want to sign you up for their pyramid scheme, like they know it's coming. Like, oh, this is so nice. What? Oh, here it is. Here it is.
I knew it. I knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming. Right.
Yeah,
Like,
but it took me a long time to look at it like, this is now a career. This is something I find brings joy to me. And I've had a lot of people say it's changed their lives and helped them get over anxiety. And so if I can help get people there, whether it's like with me or someone else too, that's like, I don't care if you take a class with me, just find that person that helps you. But it's taken so long to feel comfortable with that. So I think it's a constant struggle we're just going to have to be like, I feel good about doing this. And then next week you're like, I feel like I'm just selling them into this pyramid scheme and it's bad news.
and you know what? It really might just come down to also me being organized. I don't know why I keep trying to show you my little notebook. This is not even my notebook. I'm falsely selling something. But like to get organized because we're so used to improv is so like so for
Yeah.
classes I'm very organized but promotion takes a certain unique skill set of organization like okay
Yes.
2 weeks from here here's the algorithm and my brain is like oh it's tomorrow get it out and I'm it's not always like that but that's what it feels that's that feeling that overwhelming yeah.
Of course. And now it's like, I'm sure you have people asking about like, when's your next class and stuff. And when I'm not teaching a class, it's like, oh man, I got to
Mhm.
figure that out. I don't just work at a
You have an existential cut to you.
totally.
What am I
Oh,
doing with life?
I say like soon, and then soon is like 6 months later. It's like, oh shit. But it's every day gets, we just try and it gets a little bit easier, I guess.
Yeah. What do they teach you? They teach creatives to always say, "I am working on multiple projects in various phases of development."
So true. I mean, we have been more, I guess we are the most prepared for this whole pandemic thing.
Yeah.
It's like we've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, it's not like I said when we were talking before, it's not been bad. I'm not, I will look back on this time, and I'll have some fun. I'll have
Yes.
fun thoughts about it. I got to spend time with my family. I've been lucky. I've not been affected directly
Yeah.
by it. And I mean, there's bullshit with it, but I'll remember that part. That was nice.
Yeah. Well, this was super fun. I'm so glad I got a chance to play with you. Whether it's in person or virtual, whatever it is, I can't wait to play with you again. Thanks so much for taking time out. This was awesome.
I'm glad I got to do it. I'm glad the last words people got to hear me say is I endorsed the pandemic. That's it's wonderful, guys. Love it.
I hope we have another one real soon.
I'm done. Yeah, that's not what I meant. See, I'll be thinking about that all day. Like, what the hell, Blue? But it was great.
I'm gonna lead. I'm gonna in all the marketing of this. I'm
It's
gonna
gonna leave
put
with that quote.
loves the pandemic.
Come hear from the improv instructor who thinks that it's right.
Oh, well, you're so great. Thank you.
You. It was really nice meeting you. I had fun.
Bye.